Hello everybody, and I am back with a review for this Target only. Okay, it's a 2-pack with Studio Series number 24 and Studio Series number 25 from The Last Night and the Bumblebee movie. I won't be reviewing him today, right? I just have him here because so you guys know what he looks like, and you know, I will be reviewing him in my next video, so look out for that. We are mainly focusing on this guy, on Bumblebee from the Bumblebee movie. And yeah, he did come with 3 accessories. A gun that is super nicely detailed. That is super nice. A battle mask. I wasn't a fan of his battle mask in the movie, I'm going to be honest. I like the Bay battle mask better. And his sword, which looks so nice and again, very nicely detailed. That's very good. Yeah. And here he is. Look at him in all his Volkswagen glory. Oh, he looks great. This is the reason I got this figure is because this is as accurate as you're gonna get to the movie in car mode. Alright. Like it looks great. It looks so good. Alright. And as you can see, he rolls super duper well. He rolls just fantastically. But now that we got that out of the way, I'll be right back with him in robot mode. Alright, and I'm back with him in robot mode. Now, he is quite fiddly. Legs move around too much. It's just, it's kind of a mess. But it's a pretty cool figure. I really like how they did the legs. It looks very nice. Yeah. Let's look at the face sculpt. And I am a big fan of the Bumblebee movie head sculpt. I actually like it more than the Michael Bay head sculpt. But that's my own opinion. Yeah, that looks... I also like how they put detail in the headlights. That is so nice. You can see some of the rust there. This is not accurate, but then again, this is based off concept art that they had before the movie, so I'm not going to hold the inaccuracy of the robot mode against them. Alright, so... yeah. Now, let's move on to articulation. Of course, he can move his wings, His head's on a ball joint, and it can move about that far. If you force it anymore, the mask pops off, and about that far that way. He can't really look... Okay, so that's as far up as he can look, and that's as far down as he can look. Alright? His arms can go out to the side. They can bend down like this. Up. They can go all the way up. They get hindered by the window, but that's okay. He can bend at the elbow. He does... Ooh, and the hand just popped off. That's fun. Alright. He does not have an elbow joint. Right? So... Or an elbow swivel, I guess. His hand can move in, but that's transformation. That's pretty much it for his articulation, his arms. Pretty much it. His legs can kick out about that much. They can knee in about this much, right? And they can kick out about that much, or they can kick backwards, right? So, okay, articulation, I guess, right? Now let's get him onto some comparisons, if I can get him to stand. There we go, that's as good as I'm going to get him. Because he can't really... Come on, there we go. He's looking down now, but, take what I can get. Alright. Let's compare him to Bumblebee movie Optimus. Alright. And he is way, way smaller. But that's okay, because these figures are supposed to be like how they would actually be in real life. Like size comparison wise anyway, right? So I quite like that. Here he is next to Bumblebee movie. RC, if I can get her to stand, please. RC. No, RC, please, no. Come on. Thank you. Thank you. Let's bring this up a little bit. It looks a little better. Oh, no. One moment, please. Alright, I'm back with her finally standing. Yeah, I think they're roughly around the same height. I think it's just her head sculpt that makes her a little bit taller. I don't know. But then again, she is basically keeling over. If you can see, she's kind of keeling over or a little, or bending over a little bit, just because it's hard to stand her straight. Like, it's hard to get her straight standing up. So you kind of, because the backpack is so heavy, so you kind of have to bend her over a little bit like that so she can at least stand. You know, whatever. Okay. But yeah, and that is pretty much it for comparisons. Let's get down to transformation. And oh man, transformation super tedious. You're gonna see why in a bit. It looks easy. It really does look easy until you really get into it. And that's even if this figure decides to behave. But before I get into transformation, I'm forgetting. Let me show you how you put on his battle mask. I'm pretty sure most of you guys know, but if you don't, you just pop it off like this, right? Sit on peg, and then you just put this in. Alright. And there's his battle mask. I'm not a big fan of it. I really am not. I think this face looks better. You can plug his sword in on either arm, right? Whichever one you want, because it can go on either of them, really. Right? You can plug it on this one too. Right? So, yeah. And for his gun, all you got to do is remove his arm because it's on a peg, and yes, it does come off super easy. Everything on this figure is super loose, and this is how I got it too. Right? You just take it off, get the gun hand, you see that little port, it goes in with that peg, and there we go. Alright, you got his gun. Pew 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 pew. Alright. Now on to the tedious transformation. If you can't tell from the tone of my voice, I'm not really looking forward to this. And I hope I don't mess it up that badly on camera. There's a reason I only keep this guy in car mode. Alright. So the first thing you want to do, right, is you want to untab these, right? Just untab them. Flare these out like this, sort of, kind of straightish, right? Like that, to where it looks like that. Next, you want to bend the arms in like this, and same over here, and you're pretty much done for that side, right? Next, you want to rotate the waist all the way around, all right? Next, let's go over to his back. You flip that out, push this out, flip it out, push it out, all right? Next, you get his backpack and you just unfold it. Alright. Now before you do anything, do this, right? Like just have him laying flat on his belly. You get his foot and you just kind of angle it like that, so that way this and this are kind of lining up a little bit. Alright. And then next thing you want to do is you want to untab this from here, from inside this little black piece right here. Alright. And just push it up here. Alright, same goes on this side. If it wants to behave today, everything's super fiddly. This figure's, I got it for car mode, Alright, as you can see, everything just does not want to fit. So next you just peg these two in like that. This part doesn't exactly have to be perfect because it'll all end up just fitting together, really. All right. And next thing you do is you kind of bring this up like that, and then just make sure it's lined up like this in the back, right? Make sure this is kind of lined up like that, and the feet look like this. Here's where the fiddly, like if you thought the legs were fiddly, wait till you get to the rest of this. All right, you just kind of bring this out like that, right? Next, what you want to do is you want to bring the arms in. All right. Come on, just come in. I don't want to pop off anything. Please. And you want to rotate the arms like this, right? Rotate them. Keep the hands in. Next, you want to put in the tires. Yeah. And then what I like doing is I like aligning this while I'm putting in the tires, so that way it kind of looks nice and snug. And it gives you a good reference of how things should roughly look, I think. You put these in. Don't push them in too much, because if you do, it's really gonna suck to get them out. So don't, just jam them here. If you need to do anything, put your finger here. Do not go here or here, because if you jam them too far in, it's a real hassle to get them out, especially if you're trying to put them in robot mode. So yeah, you kind of push this piece in, right? Next, for this next part, you just try to align all of this with the tabs, right? Make sure, and look, everything's coming undone already. Yay. Fun. Pain. Oh, yeah. Okay, there we go. Alright. Come on. Come on. Just get in. Oh, God, this figure. When everything tabs in, it does look great, okay? Like, I know it looks like a hassle, but when it tabs in, it does look pretty good. As you saw in the beginning of the video, right? Then kind of just tab that in. Ooh, there we go. All right, okay. Now, there we go. And you should have this. This is as good as I'm gonna get it for this video. But yeah, there he is in vehicle mode. And like I said, he just fell. He almost just fell off. But yeah, there he is in vehicle mode. And if you could tell from my struggle, he's a pain. He does have weapon storage. So you can store his mask, right? God, this figure does not like me. Reasons why I never have the mask on him in vehicle mode. All right, you see this little port right here. So you see this little peg. You just kind of gotta. Ooh, I got it. Oh no, I didn't get it. Come on. You know what? It's not important. Nope. This figure is just really getting at me today. Oh, and it untabbed again. That's fun. That's always fun. You can also put his gun down here. You can, if it wants to stay, right? And it kind of looks like a little exhaust pipe down there. The sword you can't really put anywhere. You can probably put it on his arm, but then it obstructs the tire like this. So, don't do that. Now let's get on to some comparisons in vehicle mode. I'll be right back with that. Alright, and I'm back with vehicle comparisons. And the first one we're doing is Bumblebee movie Optimus. Look at him. Now you can even recreate the scene. Well, it wasn't a scene in the movie, but I wish it was. Where they're driving all together, I wish it was an actual scene in the movie, but whatever. Yeah. And then we got RC. And it's untabbing again. That's fun. Alright. Then we got RC. There she is. And now for my final thoughts. Do not pick this figure up unless you want a movie accurate Bumblebee in vehicle mode. It's a good figure, I guess. It's just it suffers from so many design problems. Like this feels like it just doesn't tab in. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just my copy, but it just doesn't tab in, and it's like there's love and I hate this figure, right? I love it and I hate it. But if I'm gonna be honest, I probably, like, if I could go back in time, I probably wouldn't have picked up this figure. Now, am I gonna be selling it? No. I'm gonna have it in my collection because I got it for vehicle mode, you know? It looks good. And I like Beetles. I really do love Volkswagen Beetles. But yeah, those are my final thoughts. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next.